Hi, it's Tech Talk Tuesday with Dexter again, sponsored by Lab Trader Scientific Equipment, 25 years of high quality product, great customer service, and white glove delivery. Last week we talked a little bit about fermentation, the history of fermentation. We were going to start talking about equipment and clean in place and sterilizing in place, but I think we'll let that go till next week. What I want to talk about is insulin. What a miracle drug, developed in the University of Toronto, I think, back in 1921. And then 1923, Lilly decided it would take those rights and start making beef insulin. Insulin changed the lives of type 1 diabetics. Before that, they died. Then we got into the production of both beef and pork insulin. I worked for Armour Pharmaceutical for years, where we were mainly making beef insulin from beef pancreases and some pork insulin. We then looked at making human insulin semi-synthetically from pork insulin, because it was only different on amino acid number 30 on the beta chain of porcine was different than humans, and Novo started doing that. Anyway, let's segue forward to recombinant DNA. What a game changer. Pork and beef insulin had a lot of problems. They had a lot of impurities. Every batch you made was, because it was from a biological pancreas, was slightly different, had slightly different impurities, had different immune responses, generated a lot of immune response in these kids that had type 1 diabetes. And so the introduction of recombinant DNA with Genentech was another game changer. I think even today, the majority of human insulin is produced from E. coli using recombinant DNA in fermenters, in large fermenters. There's now mono-peak insulin, monocomponent insulin, various synthetic insulins that have changed a little bit for their speed of availability and changing the sugar concentration in the blood, and for longer acting product. So one of the key things in insulin, life-saving ability of human insulin, is the fact that fermenters were developed in the 70s. That type of technology used even today in large scale to produce human insulin and other products using recombinant DNA, a lot of it being made in either yeast or E. coli. Thank you again for listening, watching, and we'll see you next Tuesday on Tech Talk Tuesday with Dexter, talking about fermentation equipment.